Ladies and gentlemen, I am Azrael, and this is a Shadow Knight announcement. In a world full of chaos, warriors will rise.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel here at Shadow Knight Production. Let's kick it off guys. In this video we're going to have a look at a clip from Patrick Christie at GBNews. We're going to see what they have to say on the big issue at the moment of should we here in the UK be using children in a drug trial for puberty blockers. We're going to hear the views from 3 guests on their panel. My personal views on the situation is, all these dangerous drugs with unforeseeable side effects should be nowhere near children, and only adults should be able to make life-altering decisions to themselves. We should have these studies but only in dire situations like vaccines or for life-threatening ailments, and only after they have been tested on adults first so we know they're safe to try on our children. Because stopping a natural process that has been happening since the dawn of time is definitely going to have dangerous and unforeseen circumstances. Because it says here there is evidential proof that dinosaurs went through a form of puberty, similar to animals. And here we have animals, similar to humans, go through puberty. Unlike dinosaurs, animals are more related to us as they go through hormonal changes as well as skeletal maturity. So since there has been life on this planet, puberty has been a part of that life. So when does scientific discovery end and us playing God begin? But that's just my own opinion. I'll let you make your own after this video. So let's get to it, shall we, ladies and gentlemen?
Good evening. Britain and this Labour government are, in my view, experimenting with children's genitalia. We are going to give puberty blockers to hundreds of children, and there is no minimum age. Most likely, some will be about 10 years old. Now, I think this is child abuse. It is disgusting, and when it goes wrong, people need to be prosecuted. And I know what you're thinking. This was banned, wasn't it? In 2023, the Cass Review said puberty blockers had unproven benefits and significant risks. They damage bones, damage fertility, and damage brain development. In December 2024, West Streeting banned them indefinitely. But many people at the time thought he never really wanted to.
So I'm definitely listening, but I would accept that, firstly, that's not a perception, and secondly, in terms of the listening, that people have not seen action that suggests that I've got it. And in some areas that's because I am constrained by the clinical advice and the evidence, and particularly when you're in this job, sometimes you do have to say no to things, even when it makes you feel really uncomfortable.
Look at West Streeting there, guys. He looks like a child that has to apologise after being told off. And this is the spineless invalid we have running our entire health system. The guy's a joke. But I do wonder how close is this guy may be to these big pharma companies pumping out all these so-called new cures. Because remember, you cannot sell your drugs if there is nothing for your drugs to cure. And also remember guys, there is no physical or life-threatening medical reasons, or any health conditions that affect one's health in any way for anyone to stop their puberty from naturally occurring.
Okay. Well, there's always been a loophole in this ban that puberty blockers could still be injected into primary school kids if it was for, quote, clinical research. But of course, that required a team of scientists who were prepared to experiment on children's sexuality. Well, step forward, King's College London. They have been granted permission for a clinical trial that will involve 250 boys and girls, most likely aged between 10 and 15 years old, who say they have gender dysphoria. Sorry, no. It's now gender incongruence. That's the new name for it now. They've changed the name for it, they've repackaged it, and they're back at it. The young children will be injected with puberty blockers. The study will monitor their brain development, quality of life, and physical and mental health. I mean, they'll then be compared to those who are not given the drugs or given a delayed version of the drugs. And West Streeting announced it on social media. He's proud of it. Well, then, Wes, if you are that proud of it, I would say, on your head be it. The study will cost you, the taxpayer, 10.7 million quid. Do you want to pay for primary school children to be experimented on? Because I don't. Experimentation was done before. Studies by 2 clinics found that children who were given puberty blockers had no change to their psychological functioning. So what does that really mean? Well, it means that children who were unhappy, depressed and distressed remained unhappy, depressed and distressed after we basically chemically mutilated their genitals. That would be my view.